The world might feel a bit more chaotic and a bit more divided. It's easy to forget sometimes that there are constants. Your home's still your home, your family's still your family, and all the structures of our society are still there to look after you if you need it.
Here we go. George's resource.
Adult male, code red trauma, 10 minutes.
Activate the helipad.
There's been an explosion on a building site.
Heart rate 200.
Open your eyes, open your eyes.
Imagine having to work here.
Hello, Annie, can I help?
St George's, London.
It's all gonna kick off now.
One of Britain's busiest A&E departments.
Are we ready to roll?
Carry on CPR.
Oh, goodness me, it's all happening, isn't it?
We need to fix that, or you won't survive.
Is it?
A place where life,
Would you say I was fit, Doctor? Honestly, I think I'm quite fit.
love,
You are my everything. I love you, and it's okay.
and loss
Oh, Mum. I'm so sorry.
unfold every single day.
For every bad thing that you see, there is something equally wonderful out there.
Filmed across one 24-hour period, these are the stories of a nation and its health service.
I thought I was going to die.
You're definitely not going to die. You've got too many good doctors and nurses here.
When people experience really significant illness or injuries, we see people pull together, we see relationships get stronger, and we see people reflect on what really is the most important things in their life.
Whatever happens, it's going to be okay.
I love you.
Love you too.
As the air ambulance team, we try and bring the resuscitation room to the roadside. Ultimately, we have a limited amount of resources. We have to use more of our clinical judgment to decide what we think is wrong with patients. By the nature of the jobs that we are being sent to, patients are often injured in a life-threatening manner. Personally, I will always plan for the worst and hope for the best.
Thames by air. ETA 20 minutes.
You don't have long between when you get dispatched to the job to getting to the patient's side, but long enough to at least sort of process what you're expecting. If you're arriving in a helicopter, you often get a very good overview of the scene. And then once you're down on the roadside, it can be quite noisy, quite chaotic. There's often multiple emergency services there. Debris, oil, petrol, all on the road. The first thing that we need to do is just work out where the patients are, how unwell they are, decide what interventions they need in order to get them to the hospital in a stable state.
Hello, St George's. Great, so you're bringing in by air. Great, and you're here in 10 minutes. Perfect, thanks. Right. Adult male, major trauma, 10 minutes by air. Can you activate the helipad for 10 minutes, please?
A 35-year-old motorcyclist is being airlifted to St George's following a high-speed crash on the motorway.
I think motorcyclists are some of the most traumatic incidents that we can be sent to.
A motorcycle versus car at high speed on a motorway.
You can expect injuries essentially from head to toe. They could have a head injury that is making them unconscious. They could have an injury to their neck or back, which has caused them damage to their spinal cord, causing them paralysis or altered sensation to arms and legs.
Intra-abdominal injury and a significant spinal injury from T10 down.
Motorcycle accidents can be fatal.
ETA 10 minutes.
The patient's wife was at work when the accident happened.
That day he had to go to Oxford, and previously he always took a train. But on that day, the weather was lovely and he loves riding. He decided to take his motorbike. I was going to work, so we said goodbyes and he left. But just before he left, I said, just send me a text when you get there. So I received a phone call. It was a police officer and he said, your husband was involved in a motorbike accident. He's been airlifted to St. George's Hospital. The world just ended. I was just praying just for him to be alive. I did not care about the injuries he had, just for him to be alive.
Okay, is everyone ready? Raise, move. Okay, numbers are good. We'll have to take a handover. Can everyone be quiet, please?
Okay, so this is Shamit. He is 35. Approximately 2 hours ago, he was a motorcyclist that went into the rear of the car on the M4 at high speed. Significant damage to the back of the car and the front of his bike. His helmet was intact. He'd been GCS 15, complaining of back pain, abdominal pain and bilateral wrist pain. He had an open fracture in his right distal forearm and he had a gravely displaced fracture of his left wrist. No movement seen on his left hand and no leg movement. He has altered sensation from T10 and absent sensation from approximately T12 distally.
Brace and pull.
Brace.
Good man. Welcome.
If someone says they can't feel their legs or they can't feel anything from their waist down, our concern would be that this is a major spinal cord injury. Worst case scenario would be that this has been a complete transection of the cord.
Just going to gently put the strap on the arm and support, do the scan.
At the time, I thought, what if I kissed him one more time or I gave him another hug, just so it would not be that. We're in the wrong place at the wrong time. That was the only thing going through my head, because I could not imagine life without him.
Blood pressure should just be measuring now.
Motorcyclist Shamek is having an emergency CT scan after crashing his motorbike at high speed on the motorway. Doctors are concerned he may have significant injuries to his spine.
Bike versus car, 40 miles an hour. Significant damage to both bike and the car.
Shamek moved to the UK in his early 20s. It was just really hard for him and his mum in Poland, so he just came here to seek better opportunities for himself. When he first arrived in the UK, he didn't speak a word in English. It was really hard for him because of the language barrier, and also people having difficulties pronunciating his name. He is a very hard worker. He started working at the construction site, and a few months later he moved to the restaurant. He started as a runner and then a waiter, and he climbed the ladder, and now he's overhead cost controller. He does have a lot of responsibility, yeah, but he enjoys it and he loves what he does and he's good at it. He's worked really hard and he has achieved so much. It's just incredible, and it's all because of his hard work. He's achieved everything by himself and it's amazing.
Okay, all done.
Grace, let's go. on slide, ready, steady. Well done.
Hey mate, Andrew's my name, one of the doctors here. So I'm just going to do a little test from top to toe. What happened? You just...
I was driving and there was a big accident, or the car stops in front of me and I just...
Oh really? Oh my gosh.
Didn't have enough time to
Didn't have enough time to stop, yeah.
I swerved from the fast lane to the middle lane, but there was a car in the middle lane, so I hit the car in the middle lane.
Yeah, sure. Okay, fair enough. Does it hurt at all in your chest?
No.
Just going to have a look down here, all right?
Yeah.
Does that hurt in the tummy at all?
You touching it?
Okay.
Can't feel shit.
You can't feel anything. Tell me where it stops so you can feel me here?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Here?
Yeah.
Here?
No.
If I do any of this, does it hurt or anything, or? Can you feel there?
No.
No, you can't feel that, so.
Nothing there at all, so.
Okay. He's got no sensation below his belly button. If the patient can't move or feel their legs, you do become worried. There could be damage to the spinal cord itself. That would be absolutely life-changing.
That's the thing. If you know you're going to pass away, like on my wish list, I love to like fly in a plane and just view nice landscape, you know? The sea, the trees, animals running, you know, somewhere like Africa, you know what I mean? Breathtaking, you know? Just nature.
Yeah, I get you.
No man know what tomorrow brings. And if you want to do something, you do it.
I could never be a teacher. I hate children. I do.
You are children.
I am a child.
You're a child.
Okay.
And your friends are children.
Yeah, but not to me.
You want to be a doctor.
No. I'm really bad at science.
You could study. You're not bad at science. You could.
I don't want to be a doctor because I hate blood.
It's cool to be able to cure people, to help people to feel better.
It's quite nice to be able to cure people because then you feel really good about yourself. But then also, if someone dies, if you're trying to cure someone but they die, then you're going to feel really responsible for it, and then you're going to be really sad about it. It's really sad. Like, doctors see a lot of people die.
But death is part of life.
That was so wise.
Rogers Resource. Adult pediatric, medical or trauma. Go ahead.
A 17-year-old boy is being rushed to St George's after crashing his motorbike into the central reservation.
Pediatric trauma call, ETA 15 minutes.
His mother is travelling with him in the ambulance.
It was raining. Roads are not safe when it's raining anyway, especially on a motorbike. I wasn't happy with him having a motorbike. I didn't want him to get one, but Leon do what Leon wants to do. And regardless, he got himself a motorbike. In the morning I got a call and it said that he'd had an accident and he wasn't far from my house. And I just remember running to get to him as quick as I could.
17-year-old male has hit central reservation. I think he might have a pelvic injury.
Motorbike rider has no protection whatsoever. He's literally sitting on an engine. If an accident happens,
usually the first thing that comes to my head, whether there's a head injury, whether there's a neck injury, whether is he bleeding from inside.
But everything, absolutely everything was going through my head at 1,000,000 miles per hour. Fear. What could have happened to him? He was laying on his back, completely couldn't move, and the paramedic was cutting his tracksuit bottoms off him. Leon's a tough boy, strong, but to hear the pitiful yell as the paramedics tried to move him, and that's when I knew that he was really hurt.
Okay, Jane, I'll let them know you're here. Just sit in there. Yeah. Ready? On three. 1, 2, 3. This is Leon, he's 17 years old. Leon's been coming down the road on his motorbike, 50 miles an hour.
50, yeah.
He's hit the central reservation, bent it over, done a good job, come off his bike, he's got up, wandered down an alleyway and collapsed. The only significant pain we have is the right side of the pelvis.
And was it the pain in his hip that was stopping him getting up?
Yes. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was quite severe. He's had morphine, paracetamol, all IV.
Perfect, thank you very much. Can we get this young man off the scooter?
Ready, steady, brace.
Do you have any pain in your tummy? No. Not at all? Oh. Not even here? All right, sorry for that. Any pain here? No. All right, so he has a tenderness over the left lower quadrant. If I pressed here, is it painful? Oh, yeah. All right, so there's an evidence of pelvic injury on the left side.
Hi, is it Janie? My name's Chris, I'm one of the nurses. Look, I've got Leon. Do you want to come and see him? Yes. He's doing all right. He's just been seen by the docs, so he's doing okay at the moment. We're going to do a scan. It's going to go from here to here. Just make sure everything's all right. Probably do a few x-rays in his sore bits. Come on in.
All I kept telling myself in my head was, he's with us, he's fine. But it really didn't feel good at all. I didn't have any clue how serious it was whatsoever.
"35-year-old Shamek is in resus after he came off his motorbike at speed. His wife Tatia has now arrived at St George's.
So Shamek is from Poland and I'm from Georgia. I came here when I was 19. My intentions initially were like to study and then go back. But then along came Shamek. He started to have a little crush on me. He was very cheeky with it, so instead of asking me out on a date, he said, "Oh, why don't we bet?" We both love football, and we made a bet on one game. If you win, then you're gonna invite me for a drink. If I win, then obviously I'm buying you a drink. So either way, he was winning. The evening went just so well. The conversation flowed and we just felt so comfortable with each other. And just as a spark appeared. He just made me so comfortable and I didn't have to be someone else when I was with him. They kind of blossomed from there, really. We moved in together after, I think, been dating only 6 months. A couple of years later, we were married. I was so happy, and I was so looking forward to our future and what was there to come.
Doctors now have the results of Shamek's CT scans.
Yeah, he's snapped his spine. Paraplegic.
He severed his spinal cord. Yeah, poor guy.
I know.
That's nasty, eh?
Spinal cord comes from the brain. It carries all the nervous signals from the brain to the rest of the body. It tells arms and legs to move for us. And if it does get damaged at any stage along here, then it can cause catastrophic injuries.
And it's snapped both his wrists. He's got to make sure his wrists are good now, I guess.
In a patient who looks like they may have lost function of their legs, to also lose function of their hands would be incredibly bad.
Let's have a look at your arms now, all right?
Yeah.
Sorry, mate. I just want to see what's under here, okay?
Oh.
Sorry, mate, I know. I think that's the radius.
Just taking your pain away to start, you're going to go more sleepy. When you wake up, your arms will be in a better position, and in clusters, your pain will be better, okay?
To break both your wrists, there is a risk of damaging the nerves. If you damage the nerves, then you can lose some of the function in those hands.
Shall we? Take this one out.
If the bones poke out the skin, then we have an open fracture.
So get your thumbs in there and really get this bit right over the top.
Open fractures are very worrying because any time the bone comes out of the skin, there is a chance of infection.
That was it there.
Yeah, that's
I heard it go back on top, yeah?
Yeah, there you go.
Just pull his elbow away from us. Thank you.
That's why there is such a rush to wash the bone out and then set it in the right spot to make sure we do get the best long-term outcome for the patient.
Leon is undergoing a CT scan after crashing his motorbike earlier today. Doctors are concerned he may have damaged his pelvis.
So the stand head to be met, and then I'll come in, bring your arms above your head, and then stand the rest of your body, okay?
I was 30 when I had Leon. When I gave birth to him, he wasn't breathing. I just laid there in an absolute panic, could see all the doctors and the nurses around, obviously tending to him. I was yelling, is he okay, is he okay? And it seemed like forever, but I heard his cries, and I knew he was all right. So from the time that I gave birth to him, right up to this day, he's still been a devil. He really is.
Oh dear. It's broken it.
Yeah, he's broken.
Badly.
Wow. That's quite a fracture, isn't it, for him to walk on?
I've never seen it.
Pretty impressive, actually. He may have other smaller ones, so I'll have a good look. Pelvic fractures.
From a little boy, Leon was mischievous and so funny. When he was 7, he broke his elbow leapfrogging, and I took a picture of him. And his response was to stick his middle finger up at me. Thought it was absolutely hilarious. I was mortified, but I've still got this picture, and it does really make me chuckle. It's not that he was being naughty. He wasn't meaning to come across rude. He was just devilish, full stop. That's just him, and it's the way he is. But he's also gentle, loving, caring. I can remember in junior school, he didn't like bullies. And he would always put himself in the way of the bully and stop the bullying from happening. And that really pulled at my heartstrings, and I thought, you know what, you're a good boy, and I've done right. All right, yeah? What's the matter? Where are you hurting?
My left.
Your left side, yeah?
Yeah.
Everything will be fine, don't worry.
Still got more bad news to come, though. What the actual damages to my bike.
That bike's gone. Trust me, no more bikes.
That's my pride and joy, that is.
Not anymore.
Oh.
You are my pride and joy, and look where you are right now. I care about you.
I'm fine. It's just a little graze.
Well, let's see. Let's see. In junior school, I've not had any trouble from him whatsoever. But then when he went to high school, he was disruptive when he's in class and he's constantly on report. He'd get sent out of class, so he'd have to go to isolation. And instead of sitting there and knuckling down and doing his work in isolation, Leon would just go to sleep. Many, many times I tried to reason with him, talk to him, and he would listen to me and say, I know, Mum. He'd apologise to me. I'm sorry, Mum. And I said, don't you want to get anywhere in life? Yes, Mum, of course I do. But it was all the written work. He can't do all the writing, so I think that was the biggest thing for him, really. Are you warming up?
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah? Get shock as well. Yeah, there was meetings at school that I was called in for. They tried to put him on different regimes, but none of it really worked. And he went to a unit for children struggling in mainstream. I was worried, you know. You have to have something behind you. What was he going to put on a CV? He was going to have nothing. Well, it upset me. And for me as a mum, I felt like I'd let him down because it's my job to help them strive and succeed and be the best form of them. And I felt like I let him down because I felt I must have been doing something wrong. I really hope you learn from this, please.
No.
Could have lost you tonight.
No.
You do realise that, don't you? Promise me.
Yes.
I love you, you're my life.
Just to quite understand how you hit it, your finger so hard.
It was cheerleading.
Cheerleading was that?
Cheerleading. Like the pom-poms and the gymnastics.
Daniela has had an X-ray after hurting her finger at school.
With all the lifts and stuff. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it goes 1, 2, 3 with pom-poms. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8. Do you think we can ask how long we have to wait?
You always have to wait a long time in A&E. It's better not to break anything.
I couldn't help it.
Couldn't you?
Daniela. Hi, come on through. So if you tell me in your own words what's happened to your hand.
I was in dancing school and then my finger hit my trainers and somehow it bent backwards or something.
I'll just show you the X-ray again then. So this is the middle finger. There might be a bit of a break here at the bottom of this bit, just there. So just going to look at your hands and pop them straight out in front of me. So how much can you bend that middle finger? So with this type of bony injury, it's unlikely that we'll need to do anything like an operation for. So what I'll do for you, if you don't mind, is I'll give you a little bit of tape and strap it to its body, so here. So if you put your hands wide apart like a claw or something, that's it, well done. And just keep that together for me if you can. If it's too sore, don't worry. If you can keep it on for 7 to 10 days, then that would be ideal. But this is going to be tricky keeping it dry, so you might need a plastic bag in the shower or something to help you wash your hair.
Fantastic. Thank you very much.
No worries, thank you.
Shamek is in A&E following a motorbike crash on the M4. Scans have revealed significant damage to his spinal cord.
We're just waiting for Ortho to take
So
the
we've had everything pulled.
Everything's done. We're just waiting for theatre.
And he's severed the cord at T10. How high up is that? That's there.
So probably nothing from here down.
Any higher and you're coming into respiratory territory.
Shamek's wife Tatia is waiting to see him.
After getting married, we wanted to progress more within our careers and travel a bit before even discussing having a baby. 8 years after, I think, being married, that we started talking about it, and then we're trying for 1 year, and then it happened. I was actually at home, and Shamak was at work, and I just felt strange, and I thought, okay, there's something going on, so I couldn't wait for him. So I went to the pharmacy and did the test, and it came up positive, so I was running around the house like, there's no one to hug. I don't want to tell him over the phone, so what I did is I wrote him a letter and I waited for him to come home. Before even removing his motorbike jacket or a bag, he saw this brown envelope addressed to him. He straight away opened it, so he started reading it, and his reaction was priceless. He was like, are you kidding me? Is it for real? Yes.
Katya, do you want to come in here? He's okay. Safe. This is Jane, who's one of our senior nurses. I just wanted to come and update you, and then we're going to get you in to come and see him, okay? The scan does show quite a serious injury to his spine, and at the moment, he's not able to move his legs. And the worst case scenario is that is long term.
There is some chance that he will be able to walk, right? I mean,
I think it's, at this point, it's too early to say in terms of people recover very differently from these injuries. I think the fact that the damage, where the damage is on his spinal cord, is concerning in terms of his leg function. All right.
Okay.
And I think, as the doctor said, the things we need to focus on are the fact that at the moment this is not a life-threatening injury, okay? But yes, there will be some significant loss of function in his legs. Take a deep breath. So much information. Okay. Shall we go and see if he's ready?
Hi, baby. Hi.
Good. You?
Yeah, I'm not. Better days.
You're gonna be fine. Just spoken to doctors.
I know.
Yeah? Did they tell you anything?
Everything.
Yeah? Are you in training at the moment, or is it giving you medication?
Fine.
Huh?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. You're fine. You're alive. It's most important. Okay?
You know I'm not gonna walk.
Baby, this is not how you think. They say there is a chance, but that's why they cannot say anything until the operation is finished and then the recovery process.
Did you say you have a daughter?
Yeah.
How old is she? Oh, that's cute. How old, what's her name?
Mila.
Mila. Oh, that's beautiful.
The 14th of June was the happiest day of our lives. She came and it just changed our lives forever. It was just most incredible feeling when they give you to hold your baby for the first time. Shamak was a natural. He held the baby and he kind of knew what to do. We both shared the responsibilities, whether it was changing a nappy or giving a bath, were both involved. Shamak loved spending time with her, going out, taking her out in the park, just walking around with her.
Okay?
Yes.
He is a proud dad. So proud.
I'm okay now, did I say?
How you feel now?
Huh?
How you feel now?
I could be better.
Yeah, got me all.
Doctors are awaiting the results of Leon's CT scan after he was thrown from his motorbike. His mum Janie is at his bedside.
Is there McDonald's in?
No, that's not. It was something else. You shit the life out of all of us, and then now you want McDonald's. Seriously. Leon was 14 when he went to a special unit. The sitting and the writing and the schooling he just couldn't do. But give him manual grafting, he's all up for that. At home, anything practical, he can do it. He can put his hand straight to it. All of us turn to him for everything.
I just feel like a div.
Yeah, you look like a div too. Leon did sit his GCSEs, but failed miserably because he'd missed out on nearly 2 years of schooling. Don't give me an easy life, do you? No. No, you don't, no. But he's not lazy whatsoever. He always likes to be doing something. You know, whether it be a morning with his dad, or he'd go, like, with my dad to the farm, driving the tractors, herding up the cows on the quad, and not being paid for it, just getting up and going out.
I can't believe I got my tracksuit.
No, what tracksuit was it? The black one?
My Adidas one.
Oh, no. Cut it off.
Yeah.
After a period of time, he managed to get a job doing the cables for a contractor in telecommunications, which he loved, and the future looked quite bright for him. He's still opinionated. He still digs his heels in. He's still definitely mischievous. And I don't think that'll ever change. Would I want that to change? No. He wouldn't be Leon if he wasn't like that.
I know the engine set works. The gears on the other hand, I don't think are fucking savable. Because I couldn't.
I'm gonna blow the fucking bike up, you
You're
know
fucking
that?
not.
Yes, I am.
Blow your fucking house.
Yes, I am. You have to live there.
Doctors now have the results of Leon's CT scan.
Hello, Mom. My name is Ali, one of the orthopedic doctors here. Hello, Leon. You okay?
Is it good news or bad news?
It's a bit of both. The good news is that you haven't injured any part of your body from your neck, abdomen. Slightly bad news is that you have actually fractured your pelvis, which is that part. Yeah.
For God's sakes.
It's just on what we call it the crest of the pelvis. And sometimes does not need any surgery, and sometimes we need actually to fix it and push it a little bit next to each other. We need actually some specialist consultants actually to take the decision. Does that make sense? All right? All right, okay.
Safe to say, you're not going on that motorbike anytime soon, yeah? You're not going on any motorbike anytime soon. No.
They're ready for him. I'll wheel him round.
Leon will be taken to a ward while doctors decide if he needs emergency surgery.
Okay?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, fine.
It's gonna be okay.
It's all right.
You're gonna be fine.
I'm good.
Can you feel it here? Feel it, no? Here.
Yeah.
Fine.
Still everything up to my belly button.
Hello guys, so Andrew's my name. We're going to go up to surgery pretty soon and see if we can realign this spine a little bit, okay? So what we're going to do is basically try and straighten the spine back out, because there's a few people have told you that basically it's moved a little bit like this, so we're going to put it back like that, okay? And then we'll need to do some metal work to hold it in place, so some screws and rods to hold it all in place, okay? That's a pretty big operation, and hopefully we can get something back in your legs, okay?
Is it possible?
Cross our fingers, really hope, but we'll see, basically, okay?
Just be honest, like, how possible is that?
I don't have any numbers for you, but It's probably pretty unlikely, but we want to try absolutely everything for you. Okay? Yeah.
Let's go for the bust.
Yes, definitely. At the same time, we're also going to fix your wrists. That's afterwards, okay? Yeah. So the spine's the most important thing. Then the right wrist, because that's the one where the bone was poking out of the skin, okay? Yeah. And then on the left wrist, we have to do the same thing as well. Okay, so there's a bit of stuff happening. Does that all make sense?
No, yeah, it's fine.
Are you happy to go ahead with it all?
Guys, I'll trust you.
Yes. Now that I look at it, the life was just perfect.
Just keep your head still. I just want to have a look at your neck, all right? Sorry.
It was complete, and it was everything we wanted and we dreamed of. At the time, I thought there were things that were missing, but now that I look at it, the life was just perfect.
We can get rid of this then. There you go. Yeah, so you're just going upstairs now, all right? Awesome.
It's just so silly now that you think about making yourself upset or arguing about the stupid things that you didn't have or you wished you had, whereas now it's just after this, it just seems all so silly, just for what? Everything was so perfect and we're just so happy. It just, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Are you taking already? Yeah, and you come with us.
Hi. I'm gonna take you up too. Let's go.
Wake up.
Love you, baby. You can come as well, you know. Hold my hand.
James,
Nothing can divide us. Nothing separate us. That's a song for you, yeah? And him.
Thank you.
No one can stop him from loving you. Don't worry, it'll be alright. Nothing can divide us. Nothing separate us. Nothing can divide us. No one can stop me from loving you. Ooh, yeah.
It was a traumatic thing, just going through all that, and then the doctor saying that I've done my pelvis. I was very worried. It does make you appreciate life a bit more. It could have actually been a lot serious than what it was.
My hopes for the future is for him to carry on doing exactly what he's doing and making me proud. He's a good, hard-working young man, and I know no matter what he puts his mind to, he will achieve.
Hearing about that he may not be able to walk again, yeah, I was on denial. But I just thought, you know, it's after the surgery, we'll see how things goes, and it just, you know, it's early days and anything could happen.
To be honest, in the beginning, it was like a little, like a blur. It felt unreal, like I'm dead. Because you had to make peace with what happened. That was the hardest, and you had to let go of your legs. So I had to let go and get used to this that I'm gonna be paralyzed for the rest of my life. There's a lot of thinking of, I won't be able to do this. I won't be able to do that. This is different, that is different. Again, think about things that you will be able to do. I'll still be able to spend time with my daughter. I'll still be able to take her to the altar when she gets married. I'll still be able to spend time with my wife and watch a movie at night and then have a bottle of wine. So, to me, the life, that's my life. I'm nothing without them.